Hey guys, I'm going to keep this video kind of short, but I just got a question for you. You know, a lot of people in a SHTF situation, they're going to bug out. And it's been raining here on and off for 2 days. And this, if you're out in the woods, it's going to be a lot worse. You're going to have to walk through this stuff. I'm underneath an umbrella because it's raining. And your feet are going to stay damp. You could get trench foot from having wet feet. Your firewood, you know, if you're at your bug out location or whatever, how are you going to keep your firewood covered and dry? You know, you might put tarps on it and windstorm comes through and rips it off and it's going to get wet. And this is just from a day and a half, 2 days of rain on and off. Right now it's kind of slacked, but I'm going to come out here and show you. This is backfilled. I'm trying to get down here so I can get you a good view of this. This is a backfield here. You can't really tell, but that is really running through there. Now, if you're out in the woods, that could happen to your campsite. You might think you're in a pretty good place and you wake up in the middle of the night and you got a little creek running through your campsite. All your stuff's going to be soaking wet. Now, say, you know, we're prepared. We as preppers are prepared for everything, hopefully. But most preppers, or people who say they're preppers, they just go out and they buy gear and they buy this and they watch videos, and they don't get out. They go camping in the summertime. They don't hunt. They don't trap. You know, when it's cold weather, you know, they don't do any of that stuff. They get out here and, like I said, they camp and they hike and everything in the warm summertime. They don't get out and hike in weather like this, or colder, or snow. They don't camp. You know, they don't get out and do anything. And this right here is going to devastate most people because they're not used to it. They're not expecting to have to survive in the elements like this. I mean, it's windy. It's about in the low 60s. Now just imagine if it's in the low 40s and it rains like this, and you're out in the woods or underneath a bridge or wherever you bug out to. You're going to stay damp, wet, cold, chilled all the time. It's going to be hard for you to get a fire going because the wood's going to be damp. It's going to be hard for you to get warm because from the top of your head to the tip of your toes, you're going to be wet. Your clothes are going to be wet. Your spare clothes are going to be wet. Your gear's going to be wet. It's going to be, your morale will be drained just due to the simple fact of weather. And this is not even snow. Now put snow and 0-degree temperatures and teens and 20s and 30s with snow on the ground. A lot of people are not going to be able to adapt to this because they don't get out in it and practice and get used to how to survive in this stuff. They're going to come straight out of their house and straight into this type of weather or worse. Me, I'm going to stay in my house. I'm bugging in as long as I can because I don't want to put my boys out in this. Yes, we go out and practice in this and camp and stuff like that. They don't like it, you know, but they got kind of the basics of it. And putting a tent up and throwing a tarp up or making you a lean-to towards the fire, you're still going to get wet. All your gear and your clothes and your sleeping bag and your blanket is going to get wet. The only way to make it, if you have to leave your home and bug out into the woods or the desert or swamps or whatever, mountains, you're going to have some type of structure, 4 walls, a roof with a fire of some type in it so you can keep warm, stay dry, cook, and keep wood in it so it can stay dry. I mean, I've seen thousands of people with these little lean-to shelters with barricades around it and, you know, firewood stacked here, and it's all open. Their fire is wide open to the elements. Their firewood gets wet, and they're huddled into a little bitty lean-to trying to stay warm. It's not going to work, guys. It's not going to work. You're going to catch hypothermia. You're going to get trench foot. You're going to get sick. You know, you're going to cold, the flu, pneumonia, whatever you want to call it, from being out in the elements because you're not used to it. You know, I'm used to it, but I still get sick. I get chilled. And I know how to dress for this stuff. I mean, Mother Nature is a witch sometimes. She wins. We lose. So, just, have you talked to people who says, you know, oh, I'm ready for it, I'm this and this, and they've never been camping out in this or even work out in this type of weather? How are they going to make it? They're not going to be used to it. It's going to be hard for us who gets out in this stuff, who camps, who hunts, who hikes, who traps in this type of weather and worse weather, snow on the ground, you know, 0 degree and below temperatures, ice. You know, we hunt in this stuff, and sleep out in it overnight, and it's rough on us. How are these people who just prep, they say they're preppers because they go out and they buy a bunch of stuff and they watch a bunch of videos or read a bunch of books, and they never go out of their house to practice any of it? Have you talked to people like this? I mean, this is going to be a game changer for most people. Just this little cool breeze and rain getting people wet and their gear wet, it's going to drop their morale. It's going to frustrate them. It's going to cause them a lot of problems. But, so just tell me what you think. Have you talked to people? Do you really think a lot of people is prepared for this? Do you think this type of weather right here would mess people up in a SHTF situation? I do. I think because a lot of people's not really prepared like they think they are. But guys, tell me what you guys think. You know, leave your comments. Have you talked to people who's really not prepared because they're not used to this weather, being out in it? And just give me your guys' feedback. I'm going to get off of here, and I will see everybody later on. Bye for now.